Greetings one and all, how's everyone doing? I hope very well. I'm actually at the park today because I had yesterday off, but I was getting a truck fixed, so I just come out today, shoot some vids. This video is going to be kind of the foundation for a few videos I have in mind, so it could end up being a little bit of a series. No, I've actually done a series of videos called Camping on the Cheap. And this was prompted, the idea came to me by, I was listening to news radio, and they were talking about, there was a news segment about, there's a couple of people were starting up a, what is it? It's not I think it was GoFundMe or some kind of, damn it. Sorry, I gotta move the viewfinder, I keep looking at it. There we go. Bad habits die hard. Anyway, it was a news story about trying to do a fundraiser. That's what I was thinking. Fundraiser for people so they can afford to camp. And I thought, is it really that expensive to camp? And I don't think it is. So I jumped on Google and I did some searching. Now I'm not going to sit here and parade a bunch of gear in front of the camera, because it's pointless to go out and buy a cheap sleeping bag when I already have sleeping bags at home. Plus, some of the bags, they might not fit me, so it's like, that's something you have to look into. First of all, and I was stupid to put it away, but you can get yourself a Mora for fairly inexpensive. I've seen them for $20 or less. I think I wrote down $14 to $16. Depending on where you go, you might have sources where they're cheaper, because I think we have high taxes, for sales tax in our state. As if Oregon has no state sales tax on items, I think they charge every year. They basically stick it to you at the end of the year. It's like, oh, you owe us $300 and whatever. So we have state sales tax. And I didn't bring it, but I've actually found a little Swiss Army knife at Winco's, $3.88. It's like, well, it's not a bushcraft knife, but it's still a cutting tool, and it would probably still work. And I'm probably going to use it on an outing coming up as soon as I get out there. So that's knife, so cutting tool, and then you have sleeping arrangements. Now I found a sleeping bag on Walmart.com. It was a 30-degree bag, and it was $22.04. And I don't know how long it is, so you have to look at the inches and just do the math, or use your phone or bring a calculator. Like, I'm 6 foot, so if a bag was 72 inches, well, 72 inches is 6 feet. So when I'm looking for a bag, I always look at the inches of the bag, and I always try to get my bag in wide, because a skinny bag, I'd be like, I wouldn't be able to sleep if I can't, roll over into something. But that also depends on your own personal comfort level. I mean, you might be able just to throw a tarp on the ground and call it good to go. Or if you're in an area where there's leaves or boughs or other things you can use, you could rake up a big pile of leaves, put a tarp on it, put something over you. You're comfortable. Then that's great. Other people, they gotta have air mattresses that are thick or they can't sleep. Some people are into glamping, but whatever you're going to call it. Sleeping pads now. I did this in my Camping on the Cheap, but I used a inflatable pool mattress that I picked up for $4. It was like $3.65 or $3.85, I forget now. It's been a couple of years, and I actually haven't used it since. But it's still an option, and I actually slept pretty comfortable on it. I just laid a tarp on the ground, put the sleeping pad down, put the sleeping pad bag down, used the pillow off my bed, slept fine. The pool mattress, and then or you can go into sleeping pads, which I think I found one that was $20 or $22 or $19.99, depending on your comfort level again. So for about $20-$30, you can get a sleeping pad that it's inflatable or self-inflating, maybe. You have to kind of Google around. I've actually found gear on Sierra Trading Post, sleeping pads that were pretty cheap. I mean, like between $20 and $30. So, I mean, if you take care of it, that sleeping bag could last you a long time. I mean, I've got that mountain hardware pad that I bought for $29.99 at Costco. And I've slept under it over a couple of times. You know, I'm a big guy, and it held my weight. So, let's see. So, you know, bag and pad, you're looking at what? $60 total for both things. Now, if you have to order online, you know, then the shipping can really, can start to add up. But, you know, what you could do is, if you don't shop a lot, like I've gone and bought things on Amazon, and they asked if I want to become a trial member of Prime. Well, you create a wish list, put everything in your wish list, and you get the money together. You go and you order all your stuff, and then they ask you, hey, do you want to be a free Prime member? And you're like, sure. And you just get everything sent to you, and then just cancel the Prime. So that's an option. Let's see. I actually just shot a video before this. It was a fire kit at the dollar store. I think everything I bought, the cotton balls were $1, the petroleum jelly was $1, which will last a long time. Matches were $1, lighters $1. So I think I got about $1 into it, because I broke everything down into a bag, which I actually have right here. So if you saw that video first, you know, I got a fire kit that's like $1. So, I mean, it's not a ferro rod, but I found ferro rods at Fred Meyer's that were $3.99. So that's $4. You know, for processing firewood, you can you can break stuff by hand. You can break stuff over a tree. You can step on it. You can get I actually have a saw I picked up for $3.99. It's not a great saw. It's not a silky, but it will still cut the wood. You know, I got an axe as a gift, so there's always that. Or there's thrift stores if you get lucky. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go about. And then there's I got that blue enamel cooking pot I bought for $6, which would cook a lot of food. And speaking of food, and I'm going to be doing this hopefully soon. I got some. I actually wrote some. I've been keeping notes in my phone. I got the Samsung Notes, and I've been keeping notes of video ideas. And I've got some dollar store cooking video ideas. And actually, I've been going through and I've been figuring out servings per container. And since it's $1, I've been breaking it down. For example, well, here's the list. You know, I have to scroll down, but I got the whole list, and if I scroll the rest of the way. So I've been writing a lot of notes down. But, you know, I actually took pictures of some of the food items. Like, I was figuring out that, like, you know, to buy a bag of macaroni, as an example, it's 12 servings per container, and there's a half a cup is one serving, so you know, I broke it down to about 20 cents for a serving of macaroni, for example. Now, I was at the dollar store. They had canned chicken. They had canned, you know, they had chicken. They had small packages of jerky. They had ramen, 5 for $1. They had all things. You know, they had the tuna packs that were $1. Things I actually didn't bring the bag of food with me, but I'm going to be doing some dollar store cooking videos as soon as I'm able to get out and as soon as fire bans are lifted. But you know, gear can be bought on the cheap, and food can be bought on the cheap and eaten on the cheap. And as soon as I get into that, as soon as I'm able to get out, I'm planning on doing some of those. So I already did the camping on the cheap video, so I did show you can camp on little money, and so I got at least 4 videos planned for cooking and eating on the cheap as well. I mean, I've already done the soup for like under $1, and then about $1.50, and then I've got a couple of recipes I'm going to do, so it should be fun. So stay tuned for those. So I guess those are going to be coming up at some point. I got them written down. I gotta wait till fire bans are lifted. I gotta go home and check. I haven't checked lately. I could probably do them on the stove. A couple of them I know I can do on a stove, and I know stoves are okay. So I might do a couple of them on the stove just to show you. Yeah, I mean a stove you can pick up for under $20, and a canister, I've got the tall canister and they're like $10, and it'll last a good long time. So that should be interesting. Hopefully, knock on wood. Well, anyway, stay tuned for those videos, and I will see you in the next one.